All right, hey, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to our powers, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Racha HaKwadash. Hey, give a double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that have told us this truth, that are constantly ruling well through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Hey, peace, mercy, and blessings to the beloved Akim that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even shalom to the few sisters, the Aquabs that are out there, and even shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back into our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm the brother Ira, coming back with another lesson to Lord willing, edify, and feed the lambs of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, and pretty much this is a video concerning America can't compete with China's new high-speed future. All right, and when you look at how China has advanced, okay, and you look at the comparisons of what's going on in the U.S., you can definitely see that America is falling behind as far as this whole digital infrastructure, AI, technology, and things of that nature, okay? And it makes sense why, Esau is looking real sloppy right now concerning what's been going on in the U.S., okay? Because he definitely demolition style destroying this place, all right? And they're trying to build these so-called freedom cities, smart cities, all right? They're burning people's houses down, all right? They're using their harp or different weaponry to cause storms to destroy people's livelihood, okay? Just like in Florida, they got, the Move Project, all right, that's taking place out there with Bill Gates. There's certain fires in different places that are happening where they're trying to do away with the old and create the new, okay? Because they're pretty much trying to catch up, all right? And because of how they developed and built this system, it's taking time for them to do so, all right? So since they got to move fast, the Lord is pretty much exposing the mindset or the plans of these elites, all right? And let me start with this precept real fast because I want to show you, brothers, all right, in this video, just what's going on in China, okay? So let's go right here to 2nd Ezra 15, and let's start at verse 46. It says, "And thou, Asia, thou art partakers of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her." All right. Now, these Moabites, that's the biblical name of the so-called Chinese people, they made themselves like Babylon. They mirrored themselves after Babylon. But now they're at the point of surpassing Babylon. Okay. It says, and has decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and invention, therefore saith the Most High. All right, so now let's check this out and let's see what's going on.
I have just landed in Shenzhen.
Hold on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this in a faster speed because we ain't got to listen to all that talking.
And take a look at this airport. I mean, it is just insane. Look at that screen. I think that's the clearest screen I've ever seen in my life. What is that? It's just floating in the air. I've never seen anything like this before. The scale, the size of it is massive. I've only just arrived here and I'm getting hit in the face with this futuristic infrastructure already. Welcome to Shenzhen. Welcome to the future. Oh my God, it's coming from the sky. That is insane. Shenzhen's transformation from a modest fishing village to a sprawling, futuristic megacity is one of the most remarkable urban development stories in modern history. This evolution unfolded over the last few decades, fueled by visionary policies, investments, technological innovation, and a phenomenon known as China speed. Today, Shenzhen is a city of over 17 million people with one of the highest GDPs in China. It's known for its futuristic skyline, including the iconic Ping An Finance Center, one of the tallest buildings in the world. As a leader in 5G technology, artificial intelligence, and electric vehicles, Shenzhen continues to shape the future of China's economy. Speaking of the future, take a look at this. We are now at the Shenzhen Metro, and this is Gangsha North Station, a major interchange station for multiple metro lines, including Line 2, Line 10, and Line 14. And I know what you're thinking. I'm speechless too, and I've been here before, but every time I come here, it takes my breath away. Just look at this. I feel like I've literally just walked into a science fiction movie. This is just crazy. The design, the architecture, the atmosphere, the technology. This is just one single station on Shenzhen's vast metro system. Can you believe that? I mean, I know at first glance, this may look like an airport. This is better than the UK's best airport. And this is just it's a metro station. This is a metro station. I just want to make that clear. And here we have the tolls to get in and out. You can either use your phone, scan the QR code, or use the token. And they even have facial recognition. There I am, still handsome. And meanwhile, in America, in New York City, America's richest city, they have subway stations that look like this. They've been talking about their high-speed rail line, the HS2, for years, for decades, and nothing gets done. It's just all talk, talk, talk. No action. Meanwhile, in China, they've literally built subway systems in every major city, and there's a high-speed rail network that covers the entire country. And by the way, the UK is smaller than one single province in China, and they cannot even get their act together to make one simple high-speed rail line. I know what the UK should do. They need to talk to China, get some tips from China on how to build high-speed rail. Line 14 is just one of Shenzhen's automated metro lines. Yes, you heard that correctly. There is no driver. Automated lines can operate more frequently with less downtime between trains, improving overall capacity and reducing waiting times for passengers. I've now just popped down to Chegongyang and just look at this place again. I mean, this is just one station. Look at the size of this place. It's crazy. These stations, they're just, I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, look at this. The future world, nature, technology. I know. We're in the future. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Shenzhen. Have you ever seen a metro station like this before? I mean, this is just, I'm speechless. We've got nothing like this in the UK. Nothing. Uncomparable. I have now come to Shenzhen Talent Park. Now, I've just ordered a drink to this park. Now, wait till you see the method of delivery. Here we go. And over there you can see some of Shenzhen's famous skyline. You have the bamboo building there standing at 392 meters tall. And although Shenzhen is just scattered with super tall skyscrapers everywhere, you can still see that there's more skyscrapers just popping up and interesting architecture being built there. I mean, there's some more skyscrapers over there. The speed at which development takes place here is crazy. And here we are. You see that flying in the sky there? That is my takeaway order. That's my drink there, up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No. It's my why my. Is it Superman? Here comes my drink. That is insane.
No, it's a drone. Alright, so you pretty much see like it's cleaner. I'm pretty sure the crime rates are down. Alright. Knowledge is increasing. Alright, knowledge is increasing. Alright, but over here, we see why the scriptures speak about in the book of Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, that there is no balm for Babylon. All right, there's no possible way that Babylon could ever accomplish how they looking at China. What China got going on. And matter of fact, before I even the scriptures say, I have seen the pride of Moab. All right, because best believe since the Moabites got themselves to that point, they probably have it in their mind that they're getting ready to rule next. All right, this is Isaiah 16:6. We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even of his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath, but his lies shall not be so. All right. Let's go to Jeremiah 48:29. It says, we have heard the pride of Moab. He is exceeding proud, his loftiness and his arrogancy and his pride and the haughtiness of his heart. All right. So you know that the Moabites are proud because of their accomplishments. All right. And you know, seeing how the West is falling, okay? Everybody could see it. The only ones that can't really see it is those that are stuck here in uh Babylon, you know? But there's just a lot of money to be made here, okay? It's the only reason why people want to deal with this place is because of the resource that they could get out of it. All right. Remember the American dollar is still the top dollar pretty much in the world. All right. Now, let's go to Obadiah 1 and let's start at verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. All right, so when the Lord started raising up his prophets, starting with high priest Abba Bivens, you know, you had King Masha, high priest Ariah, and then you got the apostles, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ariamla, Apostle Rakha. All right, you got us brethren that have been the extension of the Lord's elect waking up. So Esau has been being brought down. All right, and the Lord has been allowing Esau to continuously build, continuously keep going into their science practices. And now they're at the point where they think that they can get themselves to this level, that how China looks. And then they want to do what? Chip everybody via the way of the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, because they want some type of Jetson futuristic world where cars is flying. Because if you look at China right now, if you look at China, again, if you look at China has vehicles, because their cars are better, their phones are better. You know, we don't get none of that stuff over here, but the internet is better. but they have a car that you can drive, and in the
if you're a high income earner and your child is going,
in the back of that car is a self-flying vehicle. Let's watch this one a little bit. Let's check this one out.
Did you know that AI is
from wheels to wings? XPeng Aero HT is taking off-road travel to new heights. Unveiled at the 2024 Airshow China, the land aircraft carrier is the only vehicle of its kind large enough to store an aircraft while offering a 4-seat cabin.
Up close, the land aircraft carrier is essentially a 6-wheeled minivan that can store a foldable aircraft in the back. This mothership has a 1,000-kilometer range and doubles as a mobile charging hub. And here's the game changer. With one push of a button, the aircraft detaches. You can fly it manually with a single hand, or enter a destination here and let the drone fly itself.
China's low-altitude economy is taking off, with central authorities driving air traffic.
Now, I want to say this real fast because, see, over here in the U.S., see, all these different policies and regulations, it's causing a growth. It's stunning the growth of what they want to do as these Moabites, because see, they have what is known as the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. Okay, and mind you, the Federal Aviation Administration is very, very up there. All right, because it deals with all the different flying and air travel that takes place here in Babylon, and this is all across the world, you know. So they take pride in their system. All right, but you've been noticing, I know Akim been noticing that a lot of planes have been falling out the sky. especially in this year alone, 2025. You just recently had a plane that fell out in Lancaster, California. All right. You had one that fell out in Anaheim, California. The DC crashing. Okay. What is it? What was the other one? I think Philly, something like that. All right. Now, there's a reason why that they say that the plane traveling is safer than any other kind of traveling in the world. And it's not because there's less congestion in the sky. It's because of how strict the FAA is, because they do everything by the book, and they're definitely they make their mechanics as well as their pilots and anybody else that's working alongside planes to go through hours of safety training. Okay? Because this is the plane industry is very, very dangerous. All right? See how they're saying that they got cars in China where that you can own the vehicle and then you can drive yourself, you can fly yourself to where you want to go. You can't just do that here in America. Okay? So what they're doing is with these plane crashes is that you have what is known as human error. You have the pilot error, and then you have the mechanic error. And this is what they associate with. This is why planes are falling out of the sky, because of how thorough your training is and your knowledge is and your safety protocols are when it comes down to dealing with this field. Okay? So Esau's dismantling this whole industry in order to try to bring in AI, artificial intelligence, and things of that nature. He would have to unravel that whole industry in order for him to get to the point where he could do things like this, because of all these different laws and regulations. You see what I'm saying? All right. And you just recently had in 2024, which was something very major, because you had the Boeing incident. Okay, Boeing is a very large company that does not only just deal with commercial flying, but it also deals with military contracts. So the fact that you had a plane that the bolts, they were missing 4 bolts in the door. Okay, missing 4 bolts in the door, and as they were, pretty much catching altitude, maybe they were about, I want to say, maybe 10 to 15,000 feet in the air when you're going back into the story. All right, the door flew off. Now, they teach you in aviation training school, especially as a mechanic, there's something known as air decompression. So let's say if you're 30,000 to 45,000 feet in the air, if that door would have flew off, people could have either, one, got sucked out of the plane. Because there's low altitude of oxygen, you can't breathe at that altitude. People would in seconds pass out, or the plane would decompress to where it will crush like a soda can. And there's a reason why planes explode. All right, there's things that are on the plane that'll cause a plane to blow up. So at that altitude, a plane will blow up. All right, so because that could have took place, the CEO of Boeing, let me see what his name was. The CEO of Boeing, Rocco Miyake, I'm just trying to explain this. The CEO of Boeing, which his name was, Dave Colhan, he had to step down, okay, at the end of 2024 amidst a safety crisis following an incident where a panel on the 737 MAX 9 blew off mid-flight due to missing bolts. So because of that happened, he had to step down. That's when they do investigations, that's how serious it is concerning these planes. The FAA takes these things very serious. So Esau would have to unravel this whole industry amongst other industries in order to get things to this, like to this nature. So just to kind of give a roughly summary of like how serious that industry is. All right.
China's low-altitude economy is taking off, with central authorities driving air traffic reforms and planning intelligent flight networks. For AeroHT's founder Zhao Deli, the mass production of flying cars is now within reach.
Before, we had to explain the low-altitude economy to local officials. Now, some of them understand it even better than we do. Of course, main flight is still in its early stages. This year, we plan to propose streamlined training and certification for electric aircraft. With autonomous technology, we can significantly reduce pilot training time.
You see
Interest
that?
is soaring.
With autonomous, training, of course they're gonna give you little certifications, but it's going to be all through AI and things of that nature that's going to allow you pretty much to fly securely, and you're probably going to get the most minimum of training, All right, but here in America, your training might take a year and some change to get that done. Okay. So China's very much ahead, and you can see why these other nations are pretty much looking down on Babylon, All right. Matter of fact, let's get another precept real fast. All right. Let's get another precept. Okay. Yep. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. I want to say it's Isaiah 14. All right. They say, have thou has become as weak as we? Let me see. Bear with me, I'm trying to see. Yep. This is Isaiah 14:9. It says, hell from beneath is moved far for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead, and thee even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their throne all the kingdoms of the nations, and all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? You see? All right. Because it looks as if these other countries, just like when you had what's his name? The reporter, he went to go speak to Vladimir Putin. I forget his name. All right. But he was even saying how beautiful and how clean the streets of Russia are. All right. But dealing and coming back over here to the U.S., everybody talks about how L.A. is trashy. New York is trashy. San Francisco is trashy. And then you got the homeless population continuously keep multiplying, rising. All right. So you can see how they're looking down upon this place because America is being underclassed. It's becoming a third world country as we speak, because why the Lord is lowering this place. Okay. And Esau know he's running out of time. All right. Esau's running out of time. Okay. So he's making all kinds of mistakes. Okay. All right. So let's go to Isaiah 14:11. It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and thy noise, and the noise of the vials, the worms is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Because ultimately, what's getting ready to happen to these Edomites? They're getting ready to go down to the grave, to the ground. Their kingdom is getting ready to fall. All right. Verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Okay. Lucifer dealing with what? The light bearers. The so-called illuminated ones, the Illuminati, dealing with these banking families. Okay. They're being brought low. What was once secrecy and hidden is now being pushed at the forefront, and now they're just openly telling you what their plans are if you're paying attention. Fourth Industrial Revolution, new world order. You shall own nothing and be happy. Okay. All right. They want to eliminate the population. They have to get rid of many people in order to try to catch up and get to this phase of their plan. All right. That shows you that prophecy is supreme, because in the midst of them trying to accomplish what they have envisioned, all right, it's going to cause major division, uproars of the people, and chaos ultimately here in Babylon the Great. All right? Forcing them to try to do as they always do, which is to take over by force military-wise, you know? But how can you fight a war as well as in a different country, as well as fight a war here in your own soil in America at the same time? America is being, or the American army is being spread too thin. So now they have to rely on artificial intelligence, AI, robots, and things of that nature. All right. So that shows you how close we are to getting out of here, you know? All right. So I just, just thinking about a couple things, things I've been noticing. Let's go back. All right. Let's go back. Let's check some more of this out. I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to try to hit at the 30 mark.
The major hurdles remain. More testing is needed to improve safety, reduce noise, extend range, and lower costs. One solution lies here, soon to become the world's first automated production line for small vertical aircraft, capable of delivering 10,000 units a year.
Building an automated production line for aircraft is unprecedented, but China's automotive industry has advanced rapidly. With large-scale die casting, dozens of components can be merged into a single part, making production faster, cheaper, and lighter. We're also using automated molding and material placement to streamline the carbon fiber forming process.
China's high-income professionals are fueling demand for these futuristic vehicles, with over 4,000 domestic orders already secured. Stepping into the previous prototype that took flight 3 years ago, Zhao shares his vision for the future.
As China's technology advances, along with supportive policies and better infrastructure, we will overcome challenges like safety, noise, and costs. Airspace will open, and takeoff and landing points will be everywhere. 50 years from now, every household could have a large balcony that doubles as a helipad. The sky will be full of flying vehicles, but it won't collide thanks to intelligent coordination.
With over 70,000 companies now engaged in China's low-altitude aviation sector, the future of flying cars is no longer a distant dream.
Yeah, so that was it, Akim. It's about a couple minutes long. All right. But hey, we could be out of here, Lord's will, this year, you know. All right, the Passover is upon us. Signs in the heavens getting ready to take place on March 13th. You know, Trump is talking about more tariffs and more taxes April 2nd. What was it? Time magazine. Let me see. Let me look it up. What was it? Time magazine. Just grab a couple more points, you know. Time magazine. Let me see. I want to say it's Time magazine. All right, check this out. Here it is right here. It says, as Trump wrecks U.S. economy, China looks ahead to growth. This was March 7, 2025. This is the cover of this week. The Economist magazine sums up the situation facing U.S. capitalism these days. Donald Trump stands alone atop a pile of cash, holding a gas can in one hand and $100 bill lit like a fuse in the other. Besides him, the headline, the revised economic outlook, with all the instability and chaos he caused, even the capitalist press is losing patience with the president. But while America is being torn apart by the Trump-Musk administration mass firing of public sector workers, destructive tariffs battles, collapsing stock markets, and anti-woke culture war, a different story is unfolding on the other side of the globe. So, you know, the pictures speak 1,000 words. All right. So we know what Trump is saying in this picture. Out with the old Federal Reserve physical dollar to a new digital currency. Okay. A digital dollar. All right. And we know that this is going to be what they're going to use alongside with the RFID chip in order for buying and selling. Okay. All right. So burn the old bird and revive the new one, the phoenix. All right. Out of the ashes come new things. Okay. And we're here. We're here in these times, man. That's why we don't have that much longer. All right. So I'm going to pretty much end it. Just kind of want to just go through that through the Holy Spirit. But I'm going to go to the book of Revelation. All right. Chapter 1. And let's start at the top. Revelation 1:1. It says, the revelation of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servant things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of the Most High and of the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach, and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. All right, so we're getting ready to see the fulfillment of Revelation 13:15 on down. Okay, Revelation the 14th chapter. All right, and the 9th verse on down. All right, Revelations 3 and 10. Okay, all right. And hey, Revelations 12 and 12. For the devil knows that he have but a short time, so he's going to come down upon the inhabitants with great wrath. All right, so we have to continuously prepare our minds, keep the humility, keep examining and checking ourselves. All right, and prophecy is speaking. The times is being sped up. We almost out of here. We're getting ready to see our Lord Yahushua, alongside with World War III in full effect. So, Lord willing, I do pray that this was edifying to the Lord's elect, and it's on to the next. Shalom, Akim, Shalom.